One of the most important lessons I've ever learned is actually the idea of mindfulness.
Mindfulness is the ability that we can go back to ourselves. We can get in touch with what's happening inside of us and around us, so we can live deeply in the present moment.
Not being worried by your future endeavors and not being distracted by something that has happened in the past, but just kind of enjoying the wonder of life, which is, you know, here and now.
As busy as our lives can get, it's okay to slow down and just stop, breathe, and think about why you're doing what you're doing.
Even if we get angry or become worrisome, acknowledge that it's there, take care of it, but you don't have to dwell in it.
Take a moment, just breathe in, breathe out, and just like let it go.
Really just thinking about the reaction that you're about to do and ask yourself, would your peers want you to do this, where your family wants you to do this, or where you want yourself to do this. And then after you do that, then react.
But we need to find something to remind us, because it's so easy. When we angry, it's so easy to just shout or fight. Young people come to Plum Village and they learn to do different trick, like they put the pebble in their pocket. And when the friends try to come and say not nice words, he put his hand in his pocket and he hold the pebble and he breathes. He just remember that he need to do that, to just be calm and be nice to his friend. And when you calm enough, then you can see things clear, like the water that's calm. And you see, oh, that person, bully me because he's also get treated so bad at home. He doesn't really have a happy family. And that we call insight, understanding. And that's what we change the world. That's how we change the violence. And it's just starting from us and the person next to us.
Why don't we start there? Why don't we start with young people and teach them ways to cultivate peace? And then with that, you carry that torch, you carry that light, and you're able to create community. There's very peaceful communities in the East. And even though they've had systematic oppression and different forms of violence, that peace is still able to be there, to survive. We're students of life and we're trying to learn how to make peace. And so where else to learn that from than from countries that have a long history of peace as a part of their culture, where everybody participates, young people, adults, the monks, everyone's an active participant.
We have to get our people to have some pride in their community. Then maybe we can get someplace.
When I experience a lot of life challenging and difficulties and suffering and violence in society, I have that motivation that I want to live my life differently, and I want to find a way so that I can really help myself and society so that we can live a more peaceful and happy life.
We cannot do this alone. I cannot build peace alone. I can be peace, but at the same time, if I'm gonna make sustainable change and help create impact, it's gonna be a community of us, and we're gonna create more peace builders and more youth peace ambassadors and just more people and make peace cool.
Lessen my presence, leave them guessing, they stressing, new competition, I'm pressing your backwards message like,
okay, let's make it.
Push!
Okay, let's make it.
Push!
Okay, let's make it.
Push!
Okay, let's make it.
Push strong!
Okay, let's make it.
We had a Yangon Chicago peace concert in Myanmar, and young activists, artists, poets, musicians got together and really just expressed our piece of the larger piece, and it was incredible.
In the past, we could never have any events. So the political situation and censorship didn't allow people to gather and people to express themselves openly. And so this is a really new and rare experience.
Dancing and singing helped us communicate with each other. The reaction that I got from me doing the bob or me doing the Cupid Shuffle, people was astounded by it. They wanted to know more about it. They wanted to look at it. They smiled. They was happy because I was doing these types of dance, and they really wanted to do the dance also as well. Because I taught them dance moves, they taught me dance moves. So they taught me a dance move called the elephant dance, which was a traditional dance that they do in Thailand and Myanmar.
I really enjoyed the songs because it's it was a way for us to practice. Usually when we dance, we're happy. When we're singing, we're happy. And if we dedicate those songs or those dances to themes of peace, then we're more aware. We're bringing peace into the culture.
We use art and also music to promote more better understanding each other, and in the future we're hoping there's no racism and violence against each other.
The people, we are the same. Just because we were categorized as Americans or as a Myanmar, as a Thai, doesn't mean that we are separated. We all human are the same.
I can learn knowledge from them, and I can learn their culture and their religion. While we have discussion, we share our knowledge together.
Knowing these people, walking with these people, smiling with these people, you learn so much. It's like you can promote peace just by smiling.
Smile, 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 smile. Smile and openly talk. Man to man, woman to woman, and family to family, friend to friends. So we need to smile. Okay, good.
My perspective has changed. We're coming from the inner city, right? We're coming from Chicago, and we're going basically to another part of the world. We're going to one of the poorest countries on the face of the earth, and we're going into a place that is known for having the longest history of civil conflict. You have generations of people who've grown up surrounded by violence. And the reason I say it's life-changing is because every person that I met had a smile on their face.
If we understand their difficulties and their sufferings, then we become friends.
I was supposed to be here to be the camera operator to just make sure I film everything and get, cover the trip. Took everything for me to keep that camera up because it was so real. I can't find the words to describe how beautiful that place was. I can't find the words to describe how nice these people were, how open that they were. And for me to be able to document that's something that is going to stay with me for the longest.
I became a peace builder because I started losing faith in Chicago. I started being one of the people that would say, it's just going to get worse and worse, it's not going to become better. And see, that's the issue. Once the peace exchange came around and learned more about it and the purposes of it and the goals of it, I said, this is it. This is perfect. This is something that can help answer the question. This is something that can help me get out of that mindset of saying, man, what's wrong with Chicago, and do something about it.
In order for peace to be possible, you need to practice. And in order to practice, you need to learn. And to learn something new, you have to experience it. You have to go out there and make these exchanges.
3 words, you're trying to get rid of your anger, you're trying to get rid of your greed, and you're trying to get rid of your ignorance. That's when your country make a peace.
I'm glad that through the peace exchange, not only was I able to go to another part of the world, but I was able to take something back, bring something back home that I can use for the benefit of my community, to contribute to my city.
If you think you're too small to do something, try sleeping in a room with a fly. I use that quote constantly because it means so much. Because I always think hey man, you just this young black man, from the south side of Chicago. You don't have that much money. You know some people, but you don't have that many resources. But it's what can you do? What can you do? And I feel like from that quote, I feel man, I can do anything. If that fly can keep me up all night, I can keep the world awake. I can keep people conscious. I can continue to end the brutality that goes on in my neighborhood.
Going on this trip, it helped me be more peaceful and be more calm. Giving myself that name as a peace builder, that I'm acknowledging myself that I can be peaceful with myself and I can be peaceful with another person, and be more aware of who's around me that need help, and I should be the one that should help them out. Because I know a lot of students struggle with school, with their personal life, and they need mentors. to show them what's the right path, what's the wrong path.
We have to practice peace building as a practice because it's easy to get sucked back into this culture that we're in, this very fast-paced, violent culture. So practicing peace in a safe space is how you teach this learned behavior, and therefore that person begins to teach the next person, and we continue to create this learned behavior of peace and make it the new trend. I think that the youth culture creates the trend. What if the new trend was youth peace? I think that's something worth pushing for.
Peace exchange team, just be the dream team. You know I rap. I rep that red, green, and black. Africa is a continent, that's a fact. And you know I'm just spitting off the top. What up to me and my man Farouk? We so happy while we here. Happy while we here. We so happy while we here. Happy while we here. We gotta wash away the pain, wash away the anger, wash away the pain, wash away the anger, wash away the pain, wash away the anger, wash away the pain, wash away the pain.